picking out topics, so I'll let
Mm-hmm.
you do that.
You gonna go live?
Oh, why does it keep? Hold on. Why does it keep changing the name of the thing? I literally just changed that.
We over having technical difficulties. So
Sorry, ain't nobody on here anyway.
no.
Yeah. Like I just had the whole title up here.
Anyways,
Did I spelled that right?
huh?
I spelled that right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, it looked weird.
Nah, you good.
Move. Done. Okay. Here we go. All right. Oh, we are live already. Huh?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay.
Been live for a few moments here, so
I always have to get it together.
facts. I wonder if I can bring this down so
Oh, wow.
well, yeah. That's how we
Make it
okay.
look poppin'. Did a good job.
Well, no, I need to.
We need
Anyways,
to
so
like,
well, we can wait till we see a couple people hop in. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't yet. But
there's
so I guess
somebody
we're going.
that's on there.
Hey, thanks for joining. Yeah,
Hi,
so
Christina.
we're gonna be talking about some of this reality stuff
Hello.
today. Huh?
No, I was trying to look at
Uh-oh.
the names.
Oh,
Thanks
well,
for joining.
So let's talk about what we just got done. Reviewing, and actually we just did a interview with Kiana and Demadra.
Yeah.
Life after lockup.
Yeah.
Which is
If you
extension
haven't seen that, go check that interview out.
Yeah. And we actually have one coming up within a week.
Yeah.
Another
you want to say
interview.
who or no?
You can say it's up to you. I'll let you decide.
Letitia and Keith from Life After Lockup will be doing an interview with them this upcoming week. Yeah. So we're pretty excited about that. And they said there's no holding back in this interview. So
yeah,
y'all look forward to
if you have any questions, send them, inbox them to us.
Yeah.
And if we'll ask them if they're deemed appropriate. Saying we're not gonna get be violating people or nothing like that. But send us your messages and whatnot. And I also have a couple other people I'm working on for interviews. And actually, I'm gonna ask whoever's watching, because there's somebody that I want to interview. I don't have a problem saying who it is. If you know where I can find Will from Life After Lockup, if you know his social media, if you know his Instagram, Facebook, anything of Will from Life After Lockup and Love After Lockup, send an inbox to me, because I really want to interview him just because of everything that happened with his story. I feel like there was more to that wasn't seen or whatnot. So so hit me up and let me know if you got anything there, so that we can kind of try and touch base with him. But this was a good season, I thought. With it, there were some dry spots. Like I personally don't understand why Michael and Justine were even on the show. That's me personally.
You want to know what I found out yesterday? Michael and Justine have a song, right? And how about Justine sounds pretty good on this song? She outdoes Michael on this song. I was kind of shocked about that.
Well, like, what, singing or rapping?
Rapping.
Oh, okay.
Justine came hard. I was like, I meant to send that to you. Like, cool. They got their hand in everything though. So I can't be mad at them. They got a family. They trying to make something happen. So I guess can't do nothing but respect that.
Yeah, I guess that was the best part about it. Like, like they're making their stuff work, going through that and everything. Right. There's so many of them that just kind of fall by the wayside. But Kiana and Demadra, they still rocking. Keith and Latricia, they still rocking. Mm-hmm. Whoever else, whatever. I guess Troy and Zahara.
Yeah, they are. They just had a baby.
Yeah, they just had the baby. So congratulations to them.
Courtney's pregnant. A lot of people have a lot of things to say in the comments. Some are quite disrespectful, but I don't know the way I feel. Well, because I just feel like, sometimes when people get in the comments, they just say anything. Like, that's why they're there, but you would never say that to that person's face. And then people act like they're all of a sudden immune to making mistakes in their life. And I just don't understand that
That's a
in
fact.
people, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, people in there calling her out her name and whatnot. And, you know, everybody know what a whole phase. People have whole phases.
No, ain't nobody trying to hear
People
that.
have whole phases.
Yeah, some people have phases, and other people.
Ain't nobody immune to a whole phase.
Some people have phases, and other people, it is just who you are. And not saying that's who
true.
She. I mean, let's be honest. Not everybody, because I have a tendency to speak in all encompassing things and whatnot. But a lot of people, when they are single, are in that quote unquote whole phase, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Or you just being a hoe. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you might be one for life, but there are some that, you know, they have a phase and they move on.
Yeah, pointing them people out. Look, that's not a here nor there. Congratulations to her about her baby and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a congratulations to her.
Yeah, she got a new boo. I also saw what you didn't see. I saw Brooke online.
Don't care.
Brooke is not trying to answer no questions about JK.
Well, why ain't she moved on?
No.
No,
Brooke is not with anybody according to her live.
She's in somebody's JPay. She's in somebody's JPay.
JPay.
That's the what you know.
The thing. Okay, but no, she. I mean, she's in Galveston, and I think she was just trying to get her numbers up on the live or whatever. But she wasn't answering any questions about JK. The only thing she did answer is that they're not together, which we already kind of knew that.
So
yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much it for that. I'm curious if they're gonna do Love During Lockup, because have not seen that version of the show. So it'll be cool to kind of see if they do that, what that's about. I pretty much understand the premise though. It's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we are doing Love Is Blind currently.
Yes, and
that has been pretty interesting going, you know, thus far, seeing what that's about. How do you feel? Like, I'll say this much, because we're coming up to the finale on Wednesday. This season has been better than last season by far.
It has. More entertaining, for sure. Yeah, I would say it seems kind of a fast season, though, right? Like, it's moving.
Yeah,
to me, faster. Maybe the other season was just really boring. I don't know, but it seems like it's like.
I think that it feels like it's moving faster, probably because stuff's going on. Because I thought that we were like, had more episodes. Last season was the same amount of episodes. It's just more stuff is kind of going on. You got, you know, the KB and Edmund stuff going on. You have Joe and Madison, which was interesting. It looks like it's kind of dying down, but I think it's going to ramp up a little bit.
Yeah, somebody did a spoiler. I don't know who this girl was, but I forgot who she was talking to. It's like another content creator. And she was spilling tea on the show, and she basically was saying Joe and Madison don't make it to the altar. Ha, surprising.
Yeah, I'm not
It's not surprising at all. Madison got on. I hate this. She got on my nerves. I got it. Joe is problematic, yes, but Madison doesn't know how to handle conflict very well. I feel like it's a lot of the whining and, you know. I don't know. I understood what he was saying in some parts of his argument. Like, he felt like he couldn't talk, and he felt like if he told her how he felt, that she would jump on him, basically, which is kind of what happened. Anytime it differed from what she felt.
She's too busy paying attention. She was just being emotional. Too busy being emotional. And there's a lot of people, when they're emotional, they're not listening to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Even as being as logical as you can, you're sitting up here telling them, and they're just not listening. That's what he's dealing with. Me personally, it would have been a wrap after that night. I'm like, yo.
After the night he was drinking?
Yeah, it was like, I'm drunk, I'm chilling. When she walked up, he was like, yo, what's up? Hop in the bed. You know what I'm saying? We can do something. She's sitting up here once.
Did it? I think he didn't know where he was at.
He don't got to know where he's at to know what he want to do.
I don't think he indicated he wanted to do that, did he?
He was like, yeah, come here. And she started tripping. Ain't nobody got time, especially if he saw stuff. He's like, either, you know, she wants to fix the problem. Like, I don't want to hear that right now. I'm out here in Baja. I've been drinking. I'm waking up. I'm saucy. You want to come and get in my ear about something right now? Something minor. I left because I was drunk.
This is true. And, you know, if y'all watched our actual recap, I know I talked about that a little bit more. I just felt like whatever she was dealing with or feeling at the time could have waited till he was not drunk. Like, meaning in the morning. If you want to have a serious conversation, like, don't try to have that shit, you know, when when the other person's been drinking too much. They can't even give you the responses that are worth even hearing at that point. So it's just like wait until the morning. But she kept pushing it, and that was getting on my nerves. Because I was just like, just wait, go to bed, or like you said, do what y'all gonna do. Wake up in the morning, talk about it then. Talk about if you're kind of concerned about his drinking, talk to him about that in the morning. One thing for sure, he's not about to listen to you right now about that.
No, ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just met you. Like I kind of barely like. Here's the thing: you can love somebody and not like them. You can like somebody and not love them.
This is true.
He's claiming he loves you, but I don't think he really likes you right now. Like you have to get to a point of liking somebody. You have to like earn a like. So he's probably like,
is the love really love at that?
No.
I get it.
No,
it's
I can't
a show,
say that.
But it's just like.
I mean, people fall in love rather quickly. You know what I'm saying?
They can, yeah, but.
I guess if you're locked in a house with 9 other guys and then 10 women and you're just talking through a wall, I guess, me personally, I do not understand that. But hey, to each their own.
Thank you, Joella.
Hey, Joella. I don't understand that concept myself, but that's just because I'm a little messed up anyways. It'll be very hard for me to fall in love with somebody in 14 days.
He's lying. So, no, I'm just joking.
Because
that's just real talk. I mean, that's the average. I would think that's the average person, right? Like, you know, lust is one thing, love is another thing. Like, I mean,
and I think that might have something to do with it too. I think he had a problem with the way that she looked, but he's like, all right, we still gonna see what's going down and whatnot. And they had their little night. And he did not seem too enthusiastic after that night. So, I think that played a role. And so, I mean, ladies, you know what I'm saying? You ready to get it in with a guy, whatever. And, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do what you do. And you're like, yo, that was Trinidad. You might let him run it back one time just so he can try to redeem himself.
Or just because you don't believe it was just that bad.
No, but I'm saying if you believe it was that bad.
No, but there's times where it's like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it went that bad. And then you go, let me run it back real quick. No, that happened.
I thought you said maybe you're saying you're like you were the problem.
No, like, they were the problem. He was like, man, it wasn't that bad. Let me see. Maybe I'm tripping. You know what I mean? And then you run it back again.
Nah,
you usually not tripping.
I'm not big on the run back. If it's bad the first time, it's probably bad. Now that don't mean it won't happen again. I'm just expecting diminished returns the second time around.
Because this is the thing, right? For instance, like say you really like somebody personality-wise, right? Mm-hmm. And then like you really are falling for them. Y'all have not slept with each other. You're falling for them. They check all the boxes. And then y'all go and y'all do the damn thing.
That's a check box that's not gonna be checked.
It doesn't always mean that. But look, you go and do the damn thing and it's trash, like you said. And then you go home and you're like, maybe.
Do y'all really do that?
Yeah.
I ain't never.
You're like, maybe I'm tripping because this dude, he got everything else on. Like, maybe that was just a thing. You know what I mean? Let me go see one more time.
See, that's how and that is how garbage guys get their numbers up. So now they can talk crazy.
They get their numbers up, but then like you gotta see. What if
I've never had to see again. I've known off the first time, like, no, this is not good. It's not popping. Now
there are certain things that are irreversible, like the actual package itself, like side whatever. That's irreversible. But as far as like stroke game and whatnot, there's people can improve on that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But I'll say, but see, this is the thing. I don't personally know. I do know this. Maybe that's why women give men more of a chance with it. Because to me, my experiences and people I've talked to, like trash yams are trash yams. Just like a dude can have some trash D, women can have trash yams, and that is not reversible. Okay, because that comes with the mentality behind it to where now you got to tell this person.
Okay, and do you think that trash yams and trash D are like individualized? Like depending on who you would like, one person might say this person's amazing, and another person might be like, man, that's trash. Yeah, right. Yeah. Like,
but it's more susceptible to happen with women, though. I think because just due to look, there's a lot of shit to this. The whole thing is, I think.
I don't even know how we got here, but we got here. That's fine.
But I do think I think men are more susceptible to have more positive experiences with women than women are with men. I'll say that. I think there's far less, not up to standard or good things and, yams than it is the other way around. I personally wouldn't know because I don't have experience with no dick but my own. So that's the whole thing. But that's the whole thing. I think women, you guys have y'all could have a bad run of it. You know what I'm saying? If you out here in these streets doing your thing and you come across, let's say you take a month, a woman could sleep with, I'll say 3 guys in a month. I'm gonna be, cautious about it. And if you get 3 bad ones, you gotta start, reflecting on life a little bit.
You gotta look in the mirror. No, just
no. She could just come across 3 guys who are garbage.
Guys that happen to just be like whatever. Yeah, I mean
whatever.
That's
and
possible,
also it takes a lot of like at the end of the day, work wise, women can put in work, men can put in work. Usually the guy trying to prove something to himself, so you get that whole thing. Usually a guy's like, even if it's bad, it's still decent to us. Like for us to say it's trash, that means it's trash. Like I will tell you, it's like this shit's trash. I'm not coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've done it before. Let me stop making myself look bad on here. So
I don't know what that's
back to Love Is Blind. Back to Love Is Blind. But yeah, to hell with this. Since we're in that realm, and one of the things has to do with sex and whatnot. You got KB and Edmund. I understand Edmund's frustration. Now I don't understand his reaction. I understand his frustration. KB is a very attractive woman. I've even said maybe, she may be above what Edmonds feel is his, his stature or whatever, or women that he usually talks to. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. Based off of Edmund's personality, I don't know what type of women Edmund is.
That's what I'm saying.
According to his mother, he dates really good girls. And we gonna get on that mom in a minute.
But yeah, he probably does. But I'm saying just aesthetically, she's an attractive woman, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. He, gets engaged to her. He ain't seen what she looks like. But then he gets engaged to her. Then the thing, the wall comes up. He's like, oh, I done hit the jackpot. So, he's like, man, I'm finna that.
This is true. Like, I imagine when he saw her, I mean, she's not like a beauty queen, but she is an attractive woman. And it's like, I imagine when he saw her, he was like, whoa.
Yeah, he probably taking it back.
Wait, yeah. So, I mean, but I don't know. That whole scene was just crazy to me. That was just crazy, like, because he, in a sense, got mad because he said that she gave up the yams to other people quicker, and he feel like he's done more work. He's put in more work, and you're telling me that I gotta wait till we're married.
Well, that's him taking. He shouldn't have took it that way. But his thing is, one, everybody else done got to do what they did at the thing. Because the guys were talking about it.
This is true. So it's an ego thing.
So it's an ego thing, but also he's like, yo, I'm engaged to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, it's like, okay, we're engaged. It's just so you can get a little bit further on the show, go to Baja, you just going to leave me at the altar. He's like, I want something out of this deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he handled it completely wrong. He could have just sat there. She told him that. He'd be like, all right, cool. I understand it. I'm going to, we could just sit here and chop it up. And then just.
I think he would have got a lot further if he did it that way.
I don't think
he went that route.
He doesn't have any confidence, I think, in whatever game he may or may not have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Any other guy probably would have felt the way, been like, let me see if I can finagle this. I could probably persuade this a little way. I am engaged to her, so instead of just, oh my God.
I'm gonna say from a woman's perspective, that conversation that they had before that pool party thing, where she was asking him how he would protect her if they were out and somebody grabbed her, and his responses to that, nothing about that. If I was her and her in that seat, nothing about that is attractive nor lends me to want to give you the yams, because like that with the responses were so bad. They were like, what all did he say? He was like, he said,
no. He said, I'll be a
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll just, I'm not, but.
And like, for me, like, and then you think like, I'm going to want to.
But we don't know what type of violence type stuff that may trigger that response also. He may have had some stuff happen to him. I'm not saying
that doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with my vagina and how that's feeling.
But he's not tying that to that. He's saying if something happens, this is not. Do I think that? No, but at least he's being honest.
He's being honest, but the whole point of this conversation is what is going to get you to that finish line. What's going to get you the yams? You saying that you're not going to fight nobody behind me. Not fight nobody, but you're not going to stand up for me if somebody's being stand up. He said he's not fighting no man behind a woman.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, obviously you feel very passionately about
that. Is what he said.
That's not what he said.
What he said?
What he said was, I am not fighting. He did not say he would not stand up for her, but he said he would not get into a physical altercation. That's what he said. Now, that part I understand, but that does not mean that he's not standing up.
Let me ask you this question.
That, you already know how to go if you're going to say anything about me.
I know that, but listen, if you... Let me ask you this question. If a man is bold enough to grab on a woman in front of another man that he knows is her man, he ready to throw down behind that. So he answered this question. That's gonna turn into an altercation.
It's not,
if he's bold enough to do that.
If the guy's bold enough to do that, yeah. And in that situation, who knows? He's just saying, I'm not having a physical altercation. I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying he's saying that's what he's gonna do. That does not mean he won't fight. Hey, he'll call the police. He'll go get security. He'll be a little, he'll do those type of things. You know what I mean? That's how he handles it. And at least, even though that is not the best thing to do, at least he's being honest with her about it, so that she's not out here thinking she got somebody that's going to throw him for her, and he's not.
Right. Like, to be clear, I'm not out for nobody to go to jail behind me or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm like, if it came down to somebody physically touching me and I'm being disrespected and they're being forceful, I would expect my man to step in whatever way that is, And
then his way is getting help. That's or maybe he feels he can de-escalate the situation, showing that he's not a threat, and maybe like there's different ways to handle it. You don't always have to jump off the rip and fire on people like true. I have a tendency to do in the past.
But what do you think? What did you think of that scene when you first seen it though? Because I get you've had time to like sit in it a little bit, but when I thought you first saw that, I thought he was being like.
I thought that was off-putting. I was like, but I was like, okay, I get that's how he handles stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's some people who are not confrontational.
Do you understand my point though, as far as like in regards to getting again, like how that would make
I get
like not so attracted to?
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. That was what else happened with Edmund? The mom. What do you think? The mom situation bothered me on so many levels, because up until that point, Edmund had talked about his childhood, and he has had some trauma because of his childhood, because of his family being, his siblings and himself being in and out of foster care and whatnot like that. And when the mom came over and she was like, this is how I raised him. He's a dad, and I raised. And she kept saying that. It was just a really awkward moment.
I mean,
to me, that's like, I don't know. I wonder how I would want to know from her how she read that, or what she thought about, because it was off-putting to me. I imagine maybe to her it might have threw her off, because she's like, I just got out these pies with him and you told me you wasn't there.
But him and his siblings did go back and whatnot. So I mean, they went back and whatnot. So I don't know. That could be the mother trying to, paint herself in a certain light, dodging accountability, whatever. It could be multiple things. It's
and then the whole thing with with his brothers having wives and her having issues with the wives running back to their husbands, telling on her. I was like, that's more of an indication that you're a problem than them.
Yeah, but I mean, people are problematic. You know what I'm saying? Like, people I don't like that type of situation is going to, and obviously he knows his mom and whatnot. He's just kind of sitting back. I mean, you being in relationships or being married or being whatever, you go through stuff with problematic family members.
Yeah,
I know this for a fact. You deal with problematic family members. Stuff can go left, stuff go right, like anything, just about how you handle it. He sat there, let his mom get that off, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Because whether KB's there or not, that's still his mom.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, and people like to be messy, so she's being messy.
Yeah, she kind of was like, you're not like that though, right? Like talking to KB, kind of like a threat, but not really a threat. Like, you know how to fall in line, and you better fall in line because it's my expectation, kind of thing. That's kind of how she was coming off. That the parent, and I think, I'm trying to think who else met parents, and it was weird.
I didn't like the rest of the meetings were honestly boring to me.
Yeah,
it was just boring. The only other thing that was entertaining from these episodes, these last 3 episodes, I believe, was when they were at the little rodeo thing, and KB and Edmund get into it again, because Edmund pretty much said that she doesn't give him words of affirmation, which it's like, I felt KB on, but at the same time, it's like they've had 2 instances happen. One there, another one at the pool party. I mean, I don't know if Edmund drinks just because of the way that he acts. It looks the same, but he had a cup in his hand each time. Maybe it's a little saucy. You know what I mean? That's something that he needs to watch. I do think that I understand why KB had an issue. Do I think she took over top slightly? Yeah, I do. But I don't think the interaction between him and her after the fact helped it none. The fact that she kind of felt the way and did this whole walk-off thing, and then he goes over there and they're having this little interaction. Then she's in the bathroom crying. Then she comes out, don't talk to me right now. I was like, all right, then go on. Like, dude, my bad. I'm sorry. Like, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? I said I'm sorry.
But I could kind of understand how she felt about that, just because it looks like being, at least from what we can see, and we can only go by what we see, that Edmund can be a lot to deal with emotionally, and kind of like coddling him in a lot of ways. Like, he needs that. And so if she feels like she's been giving that to him, like kind of because that's kind of within her personality. She is a social worker. Yeah. And so to be a social worker, you have to be, empathetic towards others often. Yeah. That is your job. And, non-judgmental and non-biased, those are all parts of being a social worker. And so, like, I think she brings a lot of that into her relationships. And because of that, it can be a problem, because you might overdo it with some people. You might mommy people as opposed to being their, person. And so I think she felt like, man, I've been going out my way to make sure that your feelings are good, that you're good. And then you come here and you say that.
Yeah, take me off to the side and talk.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
No, not her. Not him. She should have took him, because she's sitting up there having this argument with him in front of everybody.
Pull him to the
right
side.
There, like, talk to me, man.
But she probably felt like, you put me on Front Street, I'll put you on Front Street. And I know that's not a mature way to think of it, but that might have been what happened.
I mean, I get it. I guess I get it. I mean, I guess C-Stay on. I don't think either one of them really handled it the best way. Yeah, and obviously, Edmund, when you cornered him, he doesn't know how to back himself out of the corner correctly. And she did kind of do that. She was pressing him, and like, he was leaving her alone. The guy told him to go and talk to her. So Edmund was trying to give her space. She kept pressing it. Like, Edmund's the type of person you can do that with. Like, me personally, I'd be like, yo, we finna go and talk and have a conversation. You got something to yell at me about, you can yell at me out here.
Over here.
Not in front of all these people, because she was sitting up there in the midst of her, and they all sitting up there acting like that. I'd have been looking dead at them like, what's good? I want to know all this going on. Yeah. I guess that's messy.
But we talked about this at home, where it was like, I do feel like Edmund oftentimes puts his foot in his mouth. I don't think he has the best, considering he's a real estate person. I would think he would have pretty good social skills. I don't gather, though. I think he kind of lacks a little bit in that department. And sometimes, like, the way that he talks comes off wrong to people. Because I think when he told her, you might want to get up and leave, I think he actually was saying, if we keep arguing, you might want to leave. Like, I think that's what he was saying. I don't think he meant, like, you might want to get up. You know what I'm saying? Like, before I say something, I don't think he meant it like that. But that's how KB took it, which I understood, because that's how I took it at first. But when I ran it back, I was like, oh, he was just saying, like, he didn't want to argue now.
Because he got really, he was kind of buckling.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I guess, hopefully they figure that out. But that was the only thing that happened.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're talking about
Nick and Annie. It's a whole problem. I'm sorry.
She is.
She's a whole problem.
But that's what Nick asked for when he was just trying to beat what's the name to the punch.
That is what he asked for. That is what Annie is all over the place. And I think the drinking is happening quite a bit on this show, because I do feel like both times I've seen her kind of lash out, she has been drinking. She even looks a little off in her eyes, like when they're in the bedroom having that kind
off regularly, how she does.
Yeah, when they had the conversation, I
don't like her. I'm gonna be dead honest. Like, I
don't care for her either. I
don't like her. I didn't like the Casey girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just
both of his picks, right? Casey and
both of his picks.
Yeah.
So,
and apparently the guys don't like Nick.
Yeah,
at least Joe don't like Nick.
But here's the thing, so clearly Casey's around there running, not Casey, Annie's around there running her mouth, because at the end of the day, the guys are making fun of his stroke game pretty much.
You think she said something?
Why else would they say something?
That was odd, right?
Yeah,
she said something
to cause look, they all are up in those condos together, and this is after so they go from Baja to the condos.
Right.
You know, they are interacting some sort of way, and now the next time they have to get together, this gets man. Look, I'd have been fighting in there. Like, hold on, who said what? No, we're not getting married. This over now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously somebody said something.
I didn't even think about that because Joe was so kind of belligerent in that moment. He was drinking at that moment. He kind of was just talking trash. I didn't even pick up on that. But you might be right. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, the girls talking. Annie talking about him to them.
Yeah.
And then them having to stay within the confines of each other for the most part and stuff. Going back in time. Man, they told me that Nick can't get.
Oh, no. What do you think about Allie and Anton?
Don't care.
Allie is a problem too. I don't really care for her either.
I think I told you. I think that kind of how I said about KB and what's the name. I think that she feels that she is above Anton's station for some reason. But you know, Anton's not an ugly guy. He's an attractive dude. I'm pretty sure he has pulled or can pull somebody
about the same. Yeah.
But I think Allie sees herself a certain way, and she's handling herself like that. I think Anton just kind of sit back, just watch it like, and just peeping. Like, you know. So I don't think he's overly sold on it. I think he's willing, but I think he's kind of like, I kind of see how you're moving. You're about this, about that. So that's what that's how I'm personally seeing it and viewing it.
Yeah, I know the show is trying to like frame her as what is it, a materialistic person, you know? So
I think she is.
I think she is slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole situation was weird to me. Like when they went to the bar and the friend was there, because it's like she's getting mad at him for having a life before her. And I can get her concern, like, wait, I haven't seen you be in this party and guys, is that who you really are type of thing. I get that concern. But at the same time, like, me going to the bar and going out with my friends when I'm single or going to the strip club should not be an issue for you. I'm single at that time.
Some people don't want you to do that stuff though. Some guys don't want their girls going out. Some before you. I mean, you know, because that's behavior. If they like so.
Right. So I get the concern, but it's like, ask them. Don't jump to the conclusion that.
No, because people go off what other people say. Especially in a situation like that where she doesn't have the time to kind of make that, you know, that determination. So this guy's saying this is what we do, and Anton's right there also saying like, yeah, you know, me talking about partying up and stuff. Is she somebody who don't want somebody that goes to those type of clubs and does that type of stuff? She has the right to do that.
Now, she has the right.
You know, is that judgmental of her? Yeah,
slightly.
But it's like, okay, you know, you don't want somebody to do those things, you don't.
I get having the curiosity, like, hey, is this something that you're into? But I'm just like, just ask. You know what I'm saying? But the issue that you pointed out is the girl that she's talking to has only known him for 4 months. You don't know that man on a deep level to be able to really talk about how he is with any girlfriends, because she's only been with his friend for 4 months. So no, she's never seen him anything but single. That's all she can talk to her about.
Because she probably knows what the friend is telling her.
Possibly, but I would go ahead and say she might not know the friend that well.
No, but I'm saying like, she knows him enough to go.
Because they've only been together 4 months.
She knows him enough to get to this place with him. And who's to say his friend's not like, yeah, my friend Anton's going on, you know, Love is Blind. Man, we used to da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? You know how people get to run their mouth about things and all that type of stuff. So it makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying what she told her, because she did tell her, she's like, well, you know, the friend was like, well, you know, but I haven't seen him with anybody. This is why he was single. Like, while they're single, yeah, they go out. And she kept saying that. While they're single, yes, they go out a lot. And they do, you know what I mean?
Also we got to think, just because they've been together 4 years, 4 months doesn't mean they've been known each other longer also.
But yeah, I get that. But she actually said, like, when he's single, like, she's talking about her boyfriend. She's like, when they're single, yeah, they go out.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying she probably knows that. Maybe she's a girlfriend who became a girlfriend after she's known him a while.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So she would have that ability to make that statement, is what I'm saying.
No, and that statement is fine. I'm just saying, like, as far as she still can't speak on, like, how he is in a relationship. Because she's never seen him in a relationship. She's only seen him out.
But don't nobody want to hear that, though. You make men and women make judgments off of what they don't be. Like, they don't be. they be trying like a person can change, but they usually go off of the actions that they see when a person is single. Like if you do this when you're single, most people think that'll carry over to a relationship most of the time, especially if it's actions like going out and going to certain clubs and stuff. You know what I mean? Like you could be single, meet a person, and your girl's like, "Oh, I heard about him." And they're talking about him when he's single, but you still make your, your determination off of that. You know what I'm saying? So that at least that's my thought. That's what I personally have seen. Like, yeah, you could say when he's in a relationship, but then what's the question going to be next? Well, then why is he single now? Oh, maybe he was doing the same things that he does when he's single in a relationship. Why he's single now? And guys do the same thing to women. Like,
yeah, it does happen, but to say that people don't know how to conduct themselves once they get in a relationship or don't want to change once they get into a relationship. Because some people just behave a certain way while they're single because they're single, and that's it. That's where that stops. And then they meet somebody and they're done with the single life situation and they're trying to be in a relationship. That does happen.
I mean, it does, but then it also doesn't.
Yeah, it also doesn't, but I have seen where it does.
I get you. I'm gonna drop just because you're being defensive.
I'm not being defensive. I have seen where it does, though. Like, that doesn't necessarily always mean, if everybody thought like that, then nobody would be in a relationship. Because you wouldn't trust nobody.
People are always in relationships and don't trust people. That's just the truth. Not us. You know what I'm saying? Not us. But I'm just saying, just in general, it happens. So let's get to some different point of conversation because ad time ain't gonna get me yelled at. So what else we watching?
I don't know.
Oh, why don't you talk about your crime snacks? Let people know about your crime snacks.
Oh gosh. I gotta do this again. The crime snacks.
I mean, actually, what you want to talk about?
Crime snacks is basically like I watch a lot of docuseries and crime stuff, weird like that sometimes. I watch it maybe too much, and so I'm usually interested in things like that. Like I'm just interested in how like the human brain works and trauma and all this other stuff. Hence why I was a caseworker as well. That's why I knew about KB and how that is to be that. But I'm just really interested in that kind of stuff. So crime snacks is basically just going to be, me telling stories about different criminals or acts of crime in a short form type way, and not super short form, not like a TikTok video, but more so a long form on YouTube and occasionally dropping some stuff on TikTok. Either way, it's gonna be wrapped up quick and in a bow. It's not gonna be like long-winded or whatever. So y'all should check it out. I did Egg Beans as my first person just because that was coming out on Netflix, and we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did my first crime snacks on Egg Beans, and the research on that was more interesting than this dang show on Netflix.
I'm right here.
Oh.
No, I'm just trying to be off camera for a split second. They can still hear me though.
Yeah, on Netflix. It's just this series on Netflix, I'm disappointed. I was not happy with how they did it. It's all over the place. It's they're having a little bit too much creative license. I really feel like with the Egg Beans story, no, he wasn't like a serial unaliver person, but because of that, it only requires maybe 3 episodes. Like you don't have to really
they could have did it
sprawl that out over how many episodes? 8 episodes? Yeah. Because then it's a bunch of filler. It's just a bunch of filler, and it's just not.
Yeah, it wasn't good, and it was gross. Last episode, and I'm not even talking about like the unalive and stuff. There's one. What's the lady from the bar?
And it was disrespectful to the legacy of those women and stuff. Like I just feel like these are people's maybe great grandmas or whatever you want to call it, and y'all just out here telling.
We don't know for sure that those things didn't happen.
Untruths. Well, they're not. Nowhere has it ever been said that any of that they put in the Netflix series. They didn't say that
some things go unsaid.
Yeah, but that one thing they did say is that he said he never had a experience in that way with any partner. He never had one. And they put that in the series and made it seem like he was going around shaboinking all kind of women, and then they said that he, they just did a lot of stuff that I just didn't really care for, and it's been a struggle to finish.
They're 1 for 3 to me right now.
Yeah,
just the Dahmer one was cool. The Menendez was lackluster, and this one, I had high hopes for this one.
Yeah,
I thought they was gonna make it more of a, like a horror show type thing, and they just didn't. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, they really could have made it just more or something.
So not good. I know they're doing Lindsay Borden next year. We'll see. I know her story's a little bit. I need to watch that. Her story's a little bit better, but that was garbage.
And we're still trying to finish it. That's how much of a struggle it is. Because usually stuff like that, I can binge watch, get it done with in like a day or two. Yeah. And this is just like, I'll be sitting there watching it and just get in my phone and stop paying attention.
No, I'm not. So we're doing that. We, depending on if she gets into it or not, going to be doing Power Book 4 Force, wrapping that up. I'm trying to stick with this Power universe. Obviously, a big drop off from the original. Book 2 Ghost was cool. Then it just got ridiculous towards the end to me.
You're talking about Force or just in general?
Ghost.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of, when Mary J. Blige came into it, that whole aspect was just weird to me. Raising Kanan's fire. Rocks was Raising Kanan. Can't wait for that to start back up. We actually reviewed that, but it was like in the beginning of our stuff, so it was kind of this one will be a lot better. And now we got Force, which
last season was pretty good.
She finished it. I didn't finish it. I'm gonna finish it before the new one starts. Looking to see, because this is the end of this series, because they're gonna go into, I guess, Legacy with him and Tyreek or whatever. And then I'm going to do the Vince Staples show, season 2 of that. Curious to see how that goes. I liked last season. I liked some of the episodes, some I didn't. It's kind of quirky. I don't know.
Have you decided if you want to just TikTok that, or
I might just TikTok that, honestly. My reviews for that. So those will just be on TikTok. What else we got going? Stranger Things. That's going to be a whole thing with her.
Yeah.
Stranger Things. And I think that's it, actually.
I think that's it.
We're doing Survivor right now, which it's been a good season of that. This is, kind of, she has the crime snacks we talked about.
Biographies.
And I have, you can see it on the page. It's just a picture of it. But a series I'm doing called Biographies, which is, you'll see what it is, but it's music based. And I have another thing which will be coming out next week called Recast, which is a fun little game. I'm gonna put some of those on TikTok. But the whole thing will be on our YouTube channel, Jey And Meka's channel. Please go over there and subscribe.
Right.
Give us some, look at our content. Let us know what you think. Let us know any improvements that we need to do. Always up for suggestions.
Right.
And at the end of this month, I'll be doing my monthly music montage also. And this has been a trash month for music so far. The only good thing I've heard has been the Mobb Deep Infinite album thus far. I think there's probably going to be I thought there was going to be a surprise Drake drop this year, but with him losing this case, I highly doubt it. So, yeah.
I didn't even. How do you think that's going to affect the case?
His case is done. You mean how?
No, like his music and stuff. Do you think?
I think it's going to do really well because everybody's going to listen to it to see what he does.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily going to affect it in a large way. I mean, it's Drake at the end of the day, and he had this happen. So hopefully he comes with some rhymes. He comes with the stuff that the ladies like, but he needs to get back to bars, honestly. Also, because now his music is starting to sound, his sound is starting to sound dated.
It's starting to sound very generic at times too. I don't know. So, I haven't as of late. I haven't seen anything. I'm just like, wow, by with Drake. Speaking of cases, the Diddy case. What do you think about the outcome of that? And
I think please don't hold my judgment against me. I know what he did. We all know what he did with Cassie and everything. The whole abuse part, I am in no way, co-sign that type of thing. But for what he was tried for, he shouldn't have got that much time. It shouldn't have been handled in that manner. It was all hyped up to something it wasn't, and now he has to sit in there for another 2.5 to 3 years because of that. Meanwhile, for the actual crimes that were committed, he had a partner that was complicit in them. And this person got $30 million and got to go away. and to help herself, she's still making him. She didn't have to write no letter to no judge. She could just went on about her business. I get it. They're saying fear for when he gets out, he's gonna retaliate. You know how stupid that would be for him to do. That would be beyond
to be
them.
fair, though, I mean, I get what you're saying too, but it's not like that he has made a lot of sound decisions.
Yeah, but
and his arrogance gets in the way of a lot of things that he does.
Yeah, but he now knows he's not bulletproof. Diddy hasn't been in jail before. Diddy hasn't been through.
Does he know? Does he know he's not?
I'm pretty.
You want to know
the stigma around Diddy is going to cause things where, especially, I personally think he's learned his lesson. I personally think he knows that he's not bulletproof at this point. I think having to spend a year plus in jail, regardless of federal jail. No, he was in state. No, he was in federal jail because of federal charges.
Yeah.
You know, those things, people could say, oh, then he had never been in that position before. He lost so much more this time than he ever did before. You know, this is a completely different circumstance. Do I think he would have got out and went after Cassie? No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think he went after Cassie. Do you think, okay, the only reason why I say, do you really think he learned his lesson? And the only reason why I'm saying that is because because he scheduled those meet and greets or whatever he was trying to do prior to even getting the judgment. And that's when I go back to the arrogance of Diddy. And he had to have known in his mind, his attorneys had to have told him, or I wish they would have told him, that's not a good look because you're playing in the judge's face. So if the judge was even thinking about giving you a lesser sentence, that judge might be spiteful and be like, oh, so you think you know?
No, I mean, it makes but it makes sense in a way. One, he probably was told, you're going to get time served. You're going to get time served, whatnot. So him being a businessman, and he just lost all of this money. He lost all of this stuff, right? He got to try to repair some sort of image or try to whatever.
Right.
So he probably like, all right, I'm going to get out. I'm going to go and do my first interview or whatever. I'm going to do this or my, you understand the money that they're going to pay a Diddy for his first.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? So he's like, all right, because he's probably been told, I'm going to, get time served. Now, somebody got that back to the public and it shot him in the foot. Do I think that played a role in it? Yeah. Do I think he's wrong for doing that? Especially if you're indicated to you that you're gonna get off? No, I don't. I think that's
I don't think it was wise. I don't think it was wise, and I wonder why his attorneys didn't just say, let's hold off. We're thinking you're gonna get time served, but let's hold off before we do this because it could look bad. Like that just makes sense. I'm saying
they probably didn't. The thing is, you can't make a decision on something you don't know.
Yeah, but he's not gonna. If he could have waited just a day to schedule his stuff, people are still gonna, just like you made the point of, people are going to want to hear from him. So that wasn't gonna be a thing where if I don't do this right now, they're not gonna want to hear.
Well, I'm saying it probably was somebody in his camp somewhere or somebody that in the camp that they set it up through that leaked it. That's probably what happened.
Well, I mean, but you have to. Once again, you're Diddy. Everybody is on top of everything with this case. So
I think in hindsight and looking at it from the outside, it's very easy for me to say it's the right thing. For anybody to have their perspective, especially not knowing what the thing was behind closed doors. Is all I'm saying.
I just think I get it, but I just feel like common sense.
You guys can see we do not agree on most issues.
That's not true. That's not true.
And I'd be wrong most of the time.
No, you don't be wrong. I was just saying, like, that.
To
me, that's just common sense. I would think, like, hello.
I'm saying, no, you're making sense. I'm just saying it's either or. I'm just saying it's not 100% that, 100% that. So, all right. So and you see that look right there? That's why we're gonna end this stream. All right. So we're gonna end it. Good talk with y'all, and we'll be back at some point.
How long were we on here?
It was still on because you didn't.